Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Garri.
Hey, Antonio, how are you?
I'm good, friend. Good to have you.
Good to have you too, dude.
Yeah.
Glad we cleared that up. I'm friend. Okay.
Yeah.
Just in case.
I'm just like, glad to have you here, acquaintance. nice to see you, Garri.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. You have a, which we've already talked about, but we might as well talk about it on here. You have a last name that sounds very Portuguese.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
Garri Madera.
Madera.
Yeah. But it is the Spanish version or of that word, or the Spanish spelling.
Spanish spelling.
Yeah, because I believe the Portuguese way of spelling Madera is with an I, like Madeira.
Something like that.
Yeah. And so I only knew that because I guess there's a group of islands, the Madera Islands. And
Does it mean wood in Portuguese also?
I have no idea. I've never looked it up in Portuguese.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't speak
It means
Portuguese.
wood in Spanish.
That I know, yeah.
Wood?
Yeah,
Wood.
because Alex always mentions it.
Alex Cruz.
Alex Cruz, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah,
and
yeah.
so he's just like, oh yeah. He's like, wood. Yeah. And so it is. And sometimes if I meet someone, they will be Madera, like the port.
The wine.
Yeah, the port wine.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, clearly you are an alcoholic. That is why you know that spelling. and yeah, it holds true. That person that I've always met, or who knows that it's spelled with an I, has many drinks that evening.
Yeah. And well, Madera wine is like it's like Marsala wine. It's like the wine that you used to cook with.
Yeah,
a lot of the time. Or if you drink it by it's like port wine is gross. Have you ever had port wine?
It's like a dessert wine, right?
Yeah. It's sweet. You drink a little bit of it.
A little tiny bit.
Yeah, you don't want to drink too much of it just because it's give you a tummy ache.
Yeah.
Sugary stuff gives me a tummy ache.
Really?
Yeah.
Across the board?
Across
like
the like sugary, like I never got into like those Smirnoff Ice.
Oh yeah.
Or what else? You know, all those types of drink. Mike's Hard Lemonade. Like after one, like I'll sit down. I don't feel good. Four Loko?
Four Loko's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's as bad as it gets. I think.
Yeah. That's a different kind of. There's something else in there, dude.
Well, those were originally energy drinks with booze in them.
Yeah.
That was like the original billing of them.
Yeah.
And then they had to like tame them. Like you ever play Modern Warfare 2?
No.
Well, in Call of Duty, there's always a gun or a couple guns that are overpowered, so they got to nerf them. They got to bring them down a little bit.
Oh, really? Like on the video game?
On the video game, they're like,
okay.
Yeah. So that's kind of what Four Lokos are in real life to drink.
They had to get nerfed.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they
They got
nerfed.
nerfed. Yeah.
They got nerfed.
They got nerfed. Man, that's wild.
Yeah. Like there's like memes now of people asking for the original Four Loko, like bring back the OG Four Loko recipe.
Yeah.
Because it was legendary. It was
Those guys are all living in their mom's basements.
Yeah.
That's a weird mentality to have. Like, oh, I used to love this back in the day. Like, no, man, just move on.
It's like bringing up old cigarettes.
Yeah,
Cigarette brands.
yeah. Like, oh, I want to smoke
Cigarettes
Lucky
probably
Strikes.
got nerfed too, right?
Well, I think filters kind of nerfed cigarettes. Because before that, it was just raw dog and filterless cigs.
Yeah, man. Like, I remember smoking Camel non-filters. Have you ever had those?
No.
Oh, I don't even know if they sell those anymore. But I saw them. Like, what is that? It was like a soft pack. I was like, and they're smaller because like there's no filter.
Right.
And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, okay. And then I smoked them for like a month. And then I picked up a cigar one day and I accidentally inhaled and I did not cough at all.
It didn't do anything.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, I need to stop smoking these. I was like, I will finish this pack and that's it. No more Camel non-filters.
Yeah. Your lungs were tempered.
Oh, yeah.
You just smoke a cigar.
I wonder what my lungs look like right now.
You've been a smoker?
Yeah.
We've shared a couple cigarettes.
We have shared a couple cigarettes.
Yeah.
I have started smoking again. I hope my nephews don't see this. I will get hell from them, and rightfully so. They are, yeah. But it is. I don't know, man. I like a cigarette before going on stage. You know, like within the half hour.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go out there, and then, one just to relax, like afterwards.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Well, doing anything with cigarettes is just,
it's fun.
it makes it better.
It does.
If you're just sitting around doing nothing, and then sitting around doing nothing with a cigarette, it's like
It's so much better. Dude.
you're like, yeah.
I got drunk enough for a cigar the other day.
Really?
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, cigar
I
is
was at a
nice.
wedding,
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect.
hand
dude.
rolled right on the
Ooh.
spot.
Oh, that is nice.
What kind of cigar, if you don't mind me asking? It was there.
Yeah,
It was available.
Available, yeah.
Was it
Someone
a
was
big one?
passing around the box.
It was
Yeah.
it was actually a decent size, but I said I was going to take 3 puffs and throw it away, and I damn near smoked the whole thing.
Chief the whole thing.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. On San Gennaro last year, the San Gennaro festival,
Okay.
my buddy came in from out of town, and I'm like, we're gonna get really fucking Italian for this festival. We're gonna get super extra Italian, and I went there with like a muscle shirt, which they call a guinea t-shirt. If you didn't
Okay. Yeah.
know. and I just drank red wine all day, and I think I smoked 2 cigars back
Oh,
to back,
wow,
like
dude.
big ones, fucking chomping them.
Wait, where is the San Gennaro? Is that on
Mulberry?
Mulberry.
Mulberry?
Mulberry,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Because there's I live over in Williamsburg, and I know they do a similar festival. I'm not sure. OLM. I have the thing at home, and they have like a festival, and I remember
Old
just
Lives Matter.
all. Maybe, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. That church is kind of old.
Yeah.
And I went there one night. I was like, it's like a week-long thing, and I just like walked past it, and it was like, I don't know, like a Thursday night, and it was going, and I see like the priest on stage,
Yeah.
and then Pitbull's song, whatever song, goes shot, 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 and the priest is on stage singing along with it. I'm like, this is not a good look for the church.
Yeah.
But everybody was into it. It was it was so funny to me. Just like,
Yeah.
why is the like pastor like encouraging people to take shots right now?
That's the only way they can get people to do church stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Is to get the priest to fucking debase himself and sing about drinking.
He was probably drinking red wine all day long. And he was like, all right, man, now let's get lit.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
doing
yeah.
shots.
Yeah. Yeah, I went to a Catholic school from kindergarten to 6th grade before it closed down.
Oh, wow.
And we had a priest there who was he was a known recovering alkie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And everyone like knew it. Even us, his kids, were like, Father Mena. Well, he's fucking dead now, so we can say his name.
Okay.
But we know, like, Father
There's a lot
Mena is
of-
on. He used to be an alkie, and we knew that.
And it was just like common knowledge.
It was like common knowledge.
Wow, man, that's interesting. Yeah, that's the weird thing about, like, I went to Catholic school as well,
Yeah.
and it was our priest. I don't know, the rumor was, I don't know, that he was hooking up with a secretary.
Oh, that's tame for a priest.
Yeah.
Scandal, though.
That's almost like the scandal that's you don't want it, but I'm like, oh, he hooked up with the secretary. Like,
Yeah.
all right, like
Yeah.
everyone feels comfortable with that one. And in a way, like, hey, he's got needs, right?
How old was she?
They were about,
I don't think they hire 12-year-old secretaries.
No, no.
Maybe 16 though.
she's definitely probably, because this is getting way specific, but her son was like a year or two older than me.
Gotcha.
She had a son. So.
Yeah, so she had a son.
So that's
She was probably like in her 30s or 40s.
Yeah.
And I guess priests just seem old.
Yeah, there's no young guy with vigor who's
Yeah.
like, I want to be a priest. It's not like a
I
thing
want to
anymore.
not fuck.
Yeah.
I've only seen, like,
It's probably an excuse for young guys who don't fuck to be like, I don't fuck because I'm a priest.
yeah.
Like,
What's okay? You don't have to tell me that. I can actually kind of assume that, but yeah.
It's probably a really good pickup line because as soon as you're off limits, women
Oh,
just
yeah.
flock to you.
oh, yeah, maybe, right?
Yeah.
I'm a
You wanna
man of
test
God.
Yeah. But yeah, that was that was the only rumor that I ever heard.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah. Was it run by nuns?
So when I first went there as a little kid, there were a couple nuns
Okay.
just to like keep up appearances, I guess. There were a
yeah.
few
Well, I mean,
ladies.
that life isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. there's
But
too
it
much
wasn't,
going
you
on.
know what it was? It wasn't the quintessential nun. It wasn't like an old angry white woman.
Oh.
We had like 2 or 3 like straight African women
Oh, okay.
that were nuns.
Oh, they imported them.
I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, it was a pretty urban school, so
Oh, okay.
even though it was a Catholic school, it was, I don't know. There were some, we had some African ladies.
They had some
Sister
nunneries.
Anna.
Yeah. Yeah, man. We had the way you described it, your old old ass white ladies. Old Polish,
ladies.
yeah.
Oh, Polish ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just
Hardcore.
angry. Like,
I mean, of course.
yeah, not kind. You think like in elementary school you'd be kind, but like, no, man.
No.
They were angry, dude.
Yeah.
The vigor with which she taught grammar was just like it was scary. Like, is this the scourging of the pillar, or are we learning about subject predicate agreement?
Right,
Like
right.
it was rough. But I mean, honestly, I do credit her with like, oh, I can form a sentence and like I sound somewhat, I can talk good. I can talk good. Yeah, but
It's 8 a.m. Why are we doing the rapture?
Yeah, I know. It's like, just in case, you never know.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, one thing you get from those schools is the classes are pretty small, so you get a little more attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were kind of, there weren't that many Catholic schools in the area, so we kind of like 25 kids, 25, 30 kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a little bit bigger. Like my sister was a couple grades ahead of me, and her classes were somewhere around like 20, 25. And but yeah, the smaller, it was it had its ups and downs.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it was definitely weird. But you went to public school after that.
After that, yeah. But we moved to a nicer place.
Oh, okay.
So the public school was like that Catholic school in terms of safe measures, I suppose.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I went to public school for 2 years because mine went up to 6th grade for whatever weird reason, and then like 7th and 8th grade for public school, and then went back to Catholic school.
Really?
Yeah.
For high school?
For high school.
Oh.
Yeah. Which, I enjoyed that. That was much better than elementary school because it was run
Catholic high school was better than Catholic elementary school?
Yeah. And I think it was mostly because it was a different order of priests. It was now an order of priests, which maybe, well, now I feel conflicted saying that because like we had one of those priests there. We didn't know at the time.
Priest or a diddler priest?
Yes, we had both of them. We had
an alky diddler priest.
Yeah. And no, that's interesting. Yeah, like now I think about it, this dude who. He taught theology. We had a bunch of them. We had a bunch of them. Yeah, there was, I don't know, maybe
tons
5.
and tons.
Yeah,
the whole
5,
order
6
was
of them.
partying.
Dude, it's I don't know if you've ever seen like a church liquor cabinet or like it's
Stacked.
set the fuck up. Dude.
Wow.
Yeah, man. I don't know if I don't know if I've mentioned this on other podcasts, but I thought about becoming a priest.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And
a Catholic priest.
Catholic priest, specifically the Jesuits, which they're probably better known for some of their universities, like the obscure NCAA like team, like a Gonzaga. Like 10, 15 years ago, it was like, who the hell is Creighton? Like, how did they get into the tournament?
Sure.
And it's because they won their conference tournament and they get in. But now they're like kind of like well-known teams. But like, so they have colleges, they have high schools. And they have some like parishes like in the country, but like I went to the University of Detroit Jesuit High School, and I was like, oh, this is kind of a good experience. And then I saw this program, which was actually based in New York. It was based in New York, but I was living in Jersey City, and so I would come in the Manhattan from time to time to like do whatever organized event we have. But like, so you're living with this order of priests. It's one of the orders where you live like as a community.
Okay.
And so there's probably like 10, 15 guys. And so I was like, what is this like liquor cabinet? Like, this is crazy, dude. They had a tap. One of the communities had a tap. And it was just like a kegerator.
They had a keg.
They had a kegerator, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was
I
like
mean,
a
they didn't
frat-
have like a bunch of taps. That'd be crazy if they had like a bunch of taps. Like
Their
you're
own
walking.
brewery.
Yeah.
St. Augustine's Brewery.
That'd be
Beer garden.
Yeah. And so when I was like, whoa, this is a lot. Like, I was like, and then like I tried to like, all right, well, there's 15 guys living here. That's why they have this so much booze. I'm like, still, like, should they have this much booze?
Yeah.
But then it's a slippery slope, you know? Like,
Yeah. Well, how else do you get comfortable to go up and talk to people?
yeah. Oh,
You know?
yeah.
You get a little. You have to you take a shot or something before you go out and speak to the masses about the Lord.
Yeah.
It's just like anything else. Going up on stage, some people have a drink.
Dude,
Or you
that's
have
true.
a cigarette. Like
A
you said.
cigarette
Yeah.
or, Yeah, man.
Imagine priests could smoke on stage. How cool that would be.
Well, that'd be fucking weird. All right. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Like, that'd be wild.
The incense is just like tobacco smoke. It's just an ashtray.
Yeah, it smells like Marlboro Milds, man. Like, and then you see there's like, if it were like a TV show, there'd be like this cut to like the priest just ashing in the incense thing.
Yeah.
That incense ball. Yeah.
What I had always heard was the reason why they made priests celibate is because they were fucking everybody before. They were like the guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's you see so like churches, religion's weird, and it was definitely like, honestly, when I think of like the Catholic Church, I'm like, this is just another royal family,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
you have
less
the
incestuous.
Pope, yeah, who's the king, like, and sure, I'm sure there could be some debate about it, but I'm like the way it's set up, and like the cardinals, they're the princes of the church.
Yeah.
So I mean, it just kind of just became. It evolved into something else, but and they don't call it that anymore. But I'm like, it kind of is though, like still. And man, dude, yeah, drinking.
It's the Roman Empire.
It is. It's the Roman Empire.
Just like branched off and turned into something. They rebranded.
They rebrand. Yeah,
They
there we go. I was just thinking about
Yeah.
that, dude.
Yeah, they brought the McRib back. They were like, this is
every year after Easter, they bring back like,
Yeah.
something like the McRib.
They call him Jesus.
Yeah, go on, Jesus. Body of Christ.
Yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. Imagine they just gave out McRibs at church
Dude, I've
for the
never-
host.
Oh my gosh.
They give you an entire fucking
After
McRib.
Easter, you're looking at their church bulletin, and there's like 2-for-1 McRibs.
Yeah. You've never had one? They're bad. There's no need to
They're
have
so
them.
gross.
They're
They're
gross.
horrible. Yeah.
Are they? Okay, yeah.
Can we just get a picture of a McRib up just to show you?
The picture will probably look really good.
Oh,
Oh
man.
yeah.
Oh, they're bad. McRib is. I remember getting one as an adult and like housing it in my car.
Yeah.
Afraid for anyone
It's
to
a
see
meat
me.
product, dude. This is like
Yeah.
because it's made to look like ribs, but it's not, right? Like it's,
No. It's the meat from a dead person probably that they just
man.
amalgamate and cover in barbecue sauce.
These
It's roadkill
It's
on a bun.
It's death.
it's the cows it's grade B beef.
You know what I had from McDonald's one time when they had them? They were running them is a lobster roll. I had a lobster roll.
Oh, that
from
must have been
McDonald's.
some Rhode Island, right?
Yeah.
That must have been Rhode Island special.
They were running it over there, I guess.
Oh my
It
god,
was bad, dude.
Oh, I'm sure, dude. You could probably find some dude off the side of the road that's got better lobster rolls than McDonald's.
Yeah. It was like
Look at this before it's cooked.
soaking. Oh, that looks good.
Oh my god. Dude, that looks like building materials,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
That's like you broke your wall.
Those aren't even bones. Those are just like
Knobs.
Oh my god, they're slats, dude.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. They look
That's
like
what the
railroad tracks.
That's
or
what the pyramids are made out of.
something. Yeah.
Stacked a bunch of those. Made the fucking pyramids.
Oh man, that's okay.
Yeah, that's
There's-
wild.
The sauce has got to be good though. I imagine they can't fuck up them.
A sauce, yeah, sauces. Have you noticed how like? Do you ever watch like the Devour Power videos?
I have not.
It's that couple that goes all over New York and they get the most outrageous. They try the most outrageous food. It's almost like they're getting food to. It's like comically outrageous. Like they'll get a pizza that has pink vodka sauce and burrata, and hot honey and pepperoni and like 4 different. It's like a child was made.
Oh, wow.
Can we find one? We got to find them. I know
Yeah,
we're gonna
that
plug
sounded-
them here. But
Don't tag them in the post.
no. It's Devour Power. You could probably go on YouTube. They have like YouTube Shorts. They just have it's ridiculous food. It's food that's like a 7-year-old could come up with.
Oh, it's like, this is my 6th grade birthday. I want to have,
Yeah.
pepperoni and pink food.
Yeah.
This one looks
The
good.
colors of things.
Yeah.
See if you can find a short. There's like we could probably find a YouTube short, or we could do this.
Yeah, I was gonna fast forward for you guys.
Oh, okay, yeah, perfect. Because they describe it. They're like, this is a burger with fucking...
It's these two dudes.
It's actually a guy and his wife.
Oh.
It's a guy and his wife, and they eat food that's fluorescent and has like 6 different sauces on it.
Okay. They
Yeah.
make an effort to whatever. Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah. I sent him to my buddy because he gets actually irritated.
Yeah. I'm
He's like,
irritated right now.
Stop sending me
get
this
it.
shit. Yeah, who even knows what that is? It's just a log of shit.
I know they really do. It's really
Tony Baloney's.
So now I have a question for all of you. Do you think you can finish this meal right now by yourself? If you can, comment below. with a
Yeah.
thumbs up. Ladies, and not just
Tony Baloney.
steak.
Okay, here we go.
Dripping off the sides.
Look at all that grease.
That's just pizza.
Yeah, that is just pizza.
I'll find better ones for you.
Yeah, no, you guys have probably seen them. They're much more popular than anyone else in this room. So,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, it is like a thing. These guys kind of ushered in this new.
Dominican sweetbread gets sliced open to look like this.
Yeah, here we
pressed
go.
down to toast. 2 eggs crack under the grill.
So we got 2 eggs,
It's
Toasted
normal.
Dominican sweetbread gets drizzled with mayo ketchup,
not regular bread, sweet bread, mayo and ketchup.
cheese, 3 slices of fried Dominican salami.
Yep.
Topped with those 2 runny eggs, some pickled red onions, another drizzle of mayo ketchup. Then it gets
What is that,
closed
mayo
up,
ketchup?
sliced
Mayo
in
and
half.
ketchup.
How lazy are you that you have to
Plated with a
combine
side of
mayo
that
and
mayo
ketchup?
ketchup.
Mayo
Like,
chup.
This is the Tres Golpes sandwich from El Castillo de Agua in New York City's Lower East Side.
There you go.
Cheers, guys. The
Que lo
most
que.
popular Dominican breakfast in sandwich form.
Que lo
Count
que.
us in.
get okay, money.
They eat that
Dominican
in the
sweet
Dominican
bread
Republic every day, actually.
Whoa.
God, man. It's packed with chopstick and onions.
That's too
More of
much.
that
Look at
cheese
that.
whiz until it looks like this.
That
Gets
cheese
wrapped
whiz is
up.
not good. Have you ever had a
It's
steak
sliced in
sandwich, like a steak
This
and
is
cheese
their
whiz,
cheese
or
steak.
cheese steak, whatever?
Yeah, I've had
Or
a
Do you like the cheese whiz?
I'll
get an idea of it.
Yeah. Oh, I am in. Billy, we're gonna be buddies, dude. That
You guys
was.
like the cheese sauce? I like the American cheese.
Yeah.
Just
No. Like I lived in Philadelphia for a minute.
Lettuce,
Yeah.
And
onions, oregano.
one night I don't know why. Like every now and then I'll present myself with a food challenge
yeah.
just for myself.
Yes.
And I was like, I wonder how many cheesesteaks I can eat in a day, or in a 24-hour period. And I was just like, okay. And in a 24, I ate 4, and that was the only thing that I ate
From 4 different places.
from 4 different places. Yeah, because like I woke up, and it was a time I was like, all right, I'm not eating breakfast, and I waited till like around 11, and I was like, all right, have one, and I was like, okay. I was like, I think like 3 hours is a good time to wait.
Yeah, in
And
between.
then I went and I got another one, and then I think I did like a couple open mics. I'm like, I did a couple open mics, and in between the mics, I was like, all right, I'm gonna get another one. and then I was walking home, and I'm like, why the fuck not?
I gotta get one more.
I gotta get one more.
Yeah.
I said I was like, all right, 3 is gonna be the minimum, but if I can go 4, like then this will be worthwhile.
How big
The
were
cheese
they?
whiz is what makes it a cheesesteak.
Yeah,
'Cause otherwise, it's just a steak sandwich.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
Is
If
that
it's just
true?
like a regular cheese, it's a steak sandwich. But if it has cheese whiz,
Yeah.
it's a cheesesteak.
That makes it a cheesesteak. Wit whiz?
whiz.
Whiz.
Yeah.
Wit whiz, yeah.
Onions and whiz.
What's
Yeah.
the big food in Detroit? there one?
Coney dogs?
Pizza
Coney
too.
dog. Oh, pizza.
And Detroit style pizza has evolved.
Pretty
Yeah, so that's like, and there's that weird thing where I don't know how I found this out. Like I knew Coney dogs because it was just that thing that you eat like after at late at night. There's always a cheap meat option. I feel like like the cheesesteak in Philadelphia, chopped cheese in New York.
Yeah.
The Coney dog was the thing like in Detroit. And then really like Detroit style pizza has become like more of a thing. It's definitely like, yeah, like people love it now. And I'm just like, oh yeah, this is great. This is it's awesome. Like, have you had it?
Not there. I've probably had Detroit style pizza.
It's just,
They recycled the old like oil pans from like the Ford factories, and
Right,
stuff
right.
like
Yeah.
that, and they'd cook
Yeah.
pizza in them.
That sounds horrifying.
Yeah, no, it does. It's
like a
very
big
blue
dish.
collar,
It's
dude.
pretty
Yeah,
fucking good.
and the reason it's so crisp around the corners is because I know the one place, Buddy's Pizza. They're like, it was lard. That's what makes it so crispy.
Lard.
And
Yeah.
so the traditional way of doing it's fantastic. Yeah, there's a couple places in Williamsburg that walking distance from where I live that I've had. Actually, is it just one? Yeah, I haven't been to the other place yet. I've been to Aces, and I know Emmy's does it, but Emmy's is like sit down and it looks like nice.
Right.
So I feel like, whereas Aces is more casual. Still, I mean, it's delicious. It's just, okay, I can plop down here and write for a little bit and just like eat a slice of pizza.
Yeah.
So we'll get that, dude. That's on our, We're coming up with a bucket list.
Yeah.
Yeah, of food.
Pizza spots?
Pizza spots.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like anytime I hear it, I'm like, oh, if you ever want to grab a slice of Detroit style pizza, hit me up. We'll go. Because people have been asking about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, it's good. It's kind of, what is it? The word is it grandma slice?
Grandma style. It's very Sicilian style.
Yeah, it is.
It's pizza
Yeah,
that I grew
akin
up
to
with.
Sicilian style. Yeah.
Grandma's a different sauce though too.
Yeah, it is a
Right.
different sauce.
Right.
Yeah. So,
It is similar to the pizza that I kind of grew up with. I used to work in a pizza place that did like Sicilian style, but it was kind of like Detroit style because it didn't have like a crust. They kind
Okay.
of did the sauce right to the edge of the crust.
yeah.
Or the edge of the fucking whatever, the edge of the pizza.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah, it was good. That was a good job too. That was a good job. We were underage, and our boss used to let us drink all the time.
Oh, while you were making pizzas?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
Oh man, $15 under the table in high school,
Oh, that's huge, dude.
raking it in.
Yeah.
He used to let the delivery driver drink before he fucking.
Before you go out, dude, we're doing shots.
Yeah.
That's wild, man.
Same age as us, pretty much.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was a hell of a job. That's why Italian people they don't give a fuck about anything.
No, man.
care
Honestly, if
about
we were a
rules.
little bit more, well, I don't know if that's necessarily responsible, but just like, hey, this is how we drink.
Yeah.
Be safe. I think that's the one thing I learned about Catholic high school.
Yeah,
Was like, oh, I definitely felt like I knew how to drink when I got to college.
really.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's weird because like, we drank enough like casually with our friends. Like, all right, we're just hanging out. I was like, hey man, we got to get back home. And sure, like not all the time were we completely like responsible, but I guess any drinking underage is kind of irresponsible. But like you just kind of like, oh wait, like how
Depends
much
how
am
you
I
look at
drinking
it.
right now?
Yeah.
And so yeah, kind of figured that one out before college. Like, why are you guys just fucking sloppy messes right now? Yeah. How do you really expect to like?
I had a lot of those times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I just felt like in a way we got that. Yeah, we got that step out of the way.
yeah.
But I have gotten. Yeah, I mean, yeah. But so when you do get sloppy, I got sloppy a couple weekends ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember. Like I don't. It's like, do you remember coming home? And I was talking to a co-producer. I was like, no, I don't remember.
Oh, those are the best.
Yeah, I just woke up the next day
In
in
your
my
clothes.
bed. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think we were. I definitely was responsible enough to have changed out of my clothes, but I was just like, oh, what is this? I was like, this is not good.
Yeah.
First half of the day was just ruined.
yeah.
This is just coffee. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's been tough because recently I've been working brunch shifts.
Ooh.
So I got to be up early on like Saturdays and Sundays,
Ooh. How early?
which is tough. Like 8.
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty
8
early.
o'clock, which is earlier than I'd like.
Yeah.
It's weird because even though I get 8 hours, like if I go to bed at midnight and wake up at 8, I still don't want to wake up.
No.
Like I still don't want to do it. I'm like, it's too early. Why is
Yeah.
it morning and I have to be awake?
Yeah.
It's garbage.
8 hours. Wow, man. Yeah. Sometimes, yeah, I could get 6, 8, 9 hours. I'm like, no, I don't want to wake up right now. I just want to roll back on the other side.
Yeah, you don't realize how important sleeping is until
Yeah.
you don't have any.
I just did bi-monthly cleaning of like my sheets.
Bi-monthly.
I was gonna lie. I was gonna be like, yeah, I watch them every. No, it's bi-monthly.
Yeah.
And or it could mean twice a month. But yes, in this case, it does mean every other month. Yeah. Oh, but I think you are. No. And so I was like, wow. Like I woke up today and then like I was like, oh, these smell great. I want to go back to bed. I was like,
Oh, what's better than
can't.
that?
Yeah.
A nice scent, or if you keep a nice scented sheet, and like your windows open and it's like breezing a little bit.
Yeah, because
morning.
this is perfect time to open your windows now,
yeah,
man.
it's nice.
So nice and breezy.
You're like, why get up?
Yeah.
Why ruin this? For what? For a job?
Yeah.
For money?
For healthcare.
Fuck that shit.
God damn it. What is this life we live?
Yeah. Yeah,
I wish we
exactly.
could just roll out of bed and just start writing.
Yeah.
God bless the
Wouldn't
people.
that be nice?
God bless the comics that can do that.
That do it, yeah.
The writers and whatnot.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, I know what I wanted to. I mentioned it before. We were talking about it. I was like, oh. And then I got into that podcast mode. I was like, I'll save it for the pod.
Yeah.
But last night, it was I went to Butterboy at Littlefield. And it's a great show. And Roy Wood Jr. was closing.
That's dope.
Yeah. I was like, oh, this is going to be great. And then they had to they did this moment where I guess Roy Wood Jr. was coming from like an event. Because he shows up in all black, like in a suit, black tuxedo. I'm like, well, that's interesting. And so, like, he waits like 3 minutes into the set. And he's like, yeah, man, I've been drinking free tequila all night. I was like, oh, man, this is fucking sweet. That's
awesome.
Like, you just see that, caliber of comedian just be that casual. I was just like, oh, man, it was, it was pretty dope.
Well, that's what's cool about stand-up is you can kind of rub shoulders with someone who's really big like that.
Yeah.
It's different. Like, if you play the guitar, good luck seeing fucking whoever, Gary Clark Jr., whoever's huge.
Right.
Good luck seeing Keith Richards at the open mic you go to.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Or
you're
the
not.
show that you're on.
The show that you're on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't on the show.
Yeah.
I was there supporting co-producer. If can I plug my own show right now?
Please.
Secret Sauce Comedy NYC, Kofi Thomas. And he was on last night's lineup. So I was like, oh. And then I saw, I was like, oh, Roy Wood Jr., that's even great. That's even better. Like, I'm going to go check out check them out. And it was a fantastic lineup just to see, yeah. And then there was, who was I telling? And it's such a great show. I think the last time I was there, Ronnie Chang popped in. Oh. Yeah. And it was real, odd because, total, you stay in the back, you're just kind of hanging out. And, I see this, guy, walk past me. And I was just like, he looked familiar. You see, the size of an individual. And they also, when they were on their Instagram post, they said, special guest. And I was just like, oh, I wonder who it is. And then, he, walked past me. And I was like, I think that's Ronnie Chang. He must be the special guest. And then, and literally, then they brought him up.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, it was pretty cool, to see that, in that element.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, man. It's yeah. I mean, yeah, doing comedy in New York is amazing.
For sure.
It's so much fun.
First time I ever did a show here before I even moved here. Fucking Craig Robinson was on the show before me.
No kidding.
Yeah.
What show was it?
It was at Stand Up New York. Do you remember? I think they still put shows on. Kim and Julius Donat, I think their last name is.
No.
It was a bringer show.
It was a bringer show? Okay.
Yeah. So, I wouldn't do it anymore.
Right.
Because those suck.
Yeah. Such is life. Yeah.
But that was actually a really good, they used to get a pretty good turnout at those shows over at Stand Up New York.
Okay.
And Dante Nero would always close them out.
Oh, nice.
So it was always pretty cool.
And then Craig Robinson was on the...
He was on the one before me.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, man. He's a silly... I like his piano. Did you do his piano stuff? Did you see it?
No, I was in the bar. Remember they had a little bar area?
Yeah.
I was hanging out in there before it, but I did see him. Okay. And there was another guy I fucking forget his name. Another big comedian that was on Guy Code.
Oh, yeah, that was
At
one of
one
the big
point.
things. So was it 5, 10? No, probably 10 years ago. 10 years ago?
Guy Code?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, man.
When MTV was still a thing. Now MTV is just ridiculousness, right?
Yeah,
It's
I'm
literally
pretty sure.
just ridiculousness.
Yeah, it's just whatever reality TV they can.
I think
put
that's
together.
actually true. Can we look up the schedule?
Oh my god.
Yeah, the schedule is like 90%.
Rob Dyrdek literally brags about that.
Yeah.
How he owns the whole programming of MTV.
Yeah, yeah. It's just all ridiculousness, and then like
Rob's a
big.
skater dude, right?
That's what he started as.
He started as skater. Now he's the
He's like a
CEO
business
of
mogul.
MTV.
He's like a business mogul.
He's like an entrepreneur.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Good for him. Because
Yeah.
he had that show. It was him and like his gigantic bodyguard.
Big.
Right?
Yeah, Robin Big.
Mm.
Yeah, and then he had the Fantasy Factory show. He's just had so many shows on
Okay.
TV. And then ridiculousness is like still, it's like the only genre of at-home movie reactions or at-home video reactions that's still around. Like, you remember America's Funniest Home Videos?
Yeah.
That's what ridiculousness is.
With just not as folksy and hopeful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and they have,
Whatever.
I don't know, rappers and people come on.
Okay.
Wiz Khalifa's like, oh shit, ah, ha, ha, ha.
Oh my god.
And that's it. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. This is the exact image I wanted to find. It's all ridiculousness.
Oh my god. Is all the was it orange? That's ridiculousness.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pull it up for you.
Dude.
Yeah. Can we zoom in? So what are the other things? There's Bad Boys. Okay, so this was 2021.
So yeah, if we just go through one day,
Yeah.
it's ridiculousness from 6 a.m. to 8:30, and then
Before
9
school.
to 2:30 is Bad Boys 1 and 2, and then they repeat Bad Boys 1 and 2, and then come 9 p.m. it closes out the show till 5:30 in the morning.
Oh my god, dude. Everything
Right
is
into the next
ridiculousness.
day where they show a few more movies.
They love a buddy cop film. What is that? Rush Hour?
Does that say Rush Hour?
Yeah.
Rush Hour's over here on
Oh, yeah.
Thursday,
And then what's
2 and 3, but they didn't show 1. They went right to 2 and 3, 2 and 3.
I wonder why.
Maybe it's on like Netflix or something.
Yeah.
Dude,
And then
that
there's
is
stuff
wild.
in between
But
ridiculousness here and there.
Come Saturday, Sunday,
Oh my god, dude. It's literally
Where's
all
Wildin' and Out? And shouldn't Wildin' and Out be on there somewhere?
they're on like
What, MTV2?
BT or some shit now.
Oh, okay.
Oh man.
You know what? That's a weird. That's got to reflect something about America. Like all that orange, like
Yeah.
they're voting for Trump.
Well, he also continues to film like 300 episodes a year.
Damn. He
And
just
it
bangs
don't-
them out.
Yeah, and he brags about how like it only takes up like 3% of his time because he's made it that efficient at just filming television shows.
Oh,
Wow. What an accomplishment. You can make TV shows. I mean, I guess it's pretty sick.
It's
Yeah.
it's a pretty well-oiled machine.
yeah.
shitty pop culture. That's what you can fucking
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
create. Well,
You
good
can-
for you, Rob.
You can put a show on in between advertisements.
Yeah,
Because that's really what TV is.
it's all advertisements. Dude.
It's just something to keep you entertained in between advertisements, I think.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah. TV. I don't know. TV's, yeah, it's weird now. And there's so much of it.
Yeah.
There's all these streaming services and stuff.
Yeah.
So how do you keep up with it?
And they're all really good.
Some of them.
Yeah.
There's some highlights. Yeah. I don't
Apple
know.
TV's really fucking good. I've
Yeah.
always said Apple TV's good.
Gosh, what's the last thing I watched? Loot? Was it Loot with Maya Rudolph, her show?
Is that on Apple
It's
TV?
on Apple TV.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's a bunch of comics on there. Ron Funches is on it. Joel Kim Booster. It's a good, yeah. It's I enjoyed it. I don't know if I'm gonna watch. I think the second season just dropped, but I don't know if I'm gonna.
Severance is really fucking good.
Severance, is that with what's his face? The
Michael
dude
Scott.
Michael Scott.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that his name?
I think
No.
that's his name. What the fuck's his name? Michael
Adam
Scott's-
Scott. Adam?
Adam Scott.
Adams. Yeah, Adam.
Something like that.
the dude from Parks and Rec, right?
Sure. I've never seen
Oh.
the show, but he's in a bunch of shit. He's the brother in Step
Yeah,
Brothers,
Adam
the
Scott.
douche brother, Adam
The douche,
Scott.
Adam
Michael
Scott.
Scott's from The Office, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adam Scott. So
That show's really good.
okay.
Severance.
I'd get severed.
You think so?
I would get severed. Yeah.
Oh man.
What is it?
So it's like he works at a company
Yeah.
that put a thing in his fucking brain that
Does
when
he work at the company that does that? Oh, yeah. he
yeah,
does,
it's called
actually.
Lumen.
Yeah.
He works in the in like the basement,
Okay.
and that's special for people who are severed. So they have a procedure done to their head that they don't know anything about their life outside of work when they're at work. And then when they're outside of work, they don't even know what they do for work at all.
Wow.
So it's like the
It's
idea
a separation between
Yeah.
of leaving your work
your
at
brain.
work.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the main character, like he like lost his wife in like a tragic car accident.
Okay.
So when he goes to work, he's not like miserable because he doesn't know that even happens.
Yeah.
He's able to partition off that trauma.
Yeah. But they also don't know what they're doing for work, which is like, what the fuck are we doing? Are we doing something bad? Are we doing something good? What's the deal?
Yeah, he just goes to work, and when he gets there, he doesn't know.
Yeah.
How does the chip like trigger? Is it like
It's like a
location
location
based?
thing. Yeah.
It's when he goes down the elevator. Like he's normal, goes into the fucking thing, and then he goes down and he's like,
and he's miserable again.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's pretty
Wait,
simple.
is the job related to the chip?
No, the job is like menial. They don't even know what they're doing. They're like moving. They're like grouping numbers on a fucking computer screen.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's kind of like a big play on, if I had to guess, the monotony of having a job.
Yeah. That
And
sounds right.
yeah, it's almost like Excel sheets, but not as ordered. They're kind of just doing bullshit,
Okay.
which is what an office job in the conventional sense seems to be.
Yeah. Just move this from there.
Yeah, just put these numbers in these boxes.
Click.
How horrifying, right?
Yeah. Send email.
Did you ever get looped into an office job? Did that ever happen to you?
I did do mortgages.
Oh, when? 2007?
Adjustable
Yeah.
rate.
Adjustable rate. Yeah. And it got real. And then I got out of it because like there was some like all the requirements. I'm like, oh, I get this. Like, oh, you need a W-2. You need, all the, paycheck and like,
Credit
whatever. Some
report.
of the, it was a wide ranging amount of people who were applying for loans. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh no, just tell us how much you make and we can give you the loan.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't think that's how that works, dude. Like I tried to do that. I'm like, oh, Mom, I need, lunch money because we're going to go here. And she's like, well, where are you going to lunch? I was like, just give me $30. She was like, no.
Yeah.
You're probably just going to end up at McDonald's or something like that. get the McRib. And,
Yeah.
and then she's like, no, tell me where you're going. And I was like, and then that like moment, like when they, like there was the requirements to get a loan were like kind of real fishy. I was like, fuck this. Like this sounds like really weird. Yeah, this doesn't sound right at all.
Just say a number.
Yeah.
Tell me a number.
Tell me a number.
Yeah.
We'll put it into a spreadsheet, and then you can get X amount of money. And I'm like, oh, no. And I was just processing the loan, too. So it was like a matter of getting the documents. I was like, wait, we don't need to get documents anymore? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then, that was as close as I ever like got to an office job.
It was just a scout's honor.
Yeah.
Scouts honor.
That's what it became. And people wonder why there's a financial crisis.
But do you promise you'll pay it back?
Yeah.
That's all you ask him.
That's all. And then like there was just like a lot of weird situations where like, well, if there's like, 5 people living in this house and they can all their W-2s, like we're doing some weird kind of like shitty math,
Yeah.
and you're all going to put your names on this on the contract or whatever, on the mortgage, on the loan papers. And it was just like, this doesn't sound right either. There were just so many weird situations where I'm like, this is not a situation where I want to grow in.
Sounded like a little bit of a narc.
Who, me? No, what?
Like, I feel bad about this.
Yeah, I feel this. I never narked on anybody. I was just like, hey, whatever financial situation everybody gets into, that's fine.
Hey, it wasn't illegal yet.
Yeah, it wasn't illegal yet.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I was like, all right. And then I was like talking to my friend. I was like, why don't you like work with me? And it was like just being a supervisor at a bookstore.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. So
I
that
get
was
down
chill.
with that.
Yeah. It was a good vibe.
I'd work at a bookstore.
Yeah.
Mainly because I see a lot of myself in the main character from the show You.
Oh, I haven't watched You. Wait, that's a creepy ass show, isn't it?
Yeah.
That dude, I've only heard creepy things about that show, man.
He just stalks chicks and kills them. That was the joke I was trying to
Okay. So-
make. They'll get it at home.
oh man, dude.
Yeah.
Is that?
That's a good show.
It's a good. Okay.
You get wrapped in.
Yeah,
It's a really good show.
It sounds like Law and Order, just longer, longer. Like, yeah. What happens if we take this one guy and we see how many like kills he gets over the?
It's fucking stressful, dude. You start
Yeah.
watching that shit. It's one of those things where you're getting stressed out watching it. Another time where that happened to me is when you ever watch the movie Ray about Ray Charles?
Yeah.
Really good.
And he's doing heroin, but he's blind.
Yeah.
Those scenes, I'm like,
Yeah,
how
and he's
good is
just
heroin?
figuring it out. He's like, oh, and I was like, what is going on? Yeah, man, those were awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, heroin. I saw heroin once, and I was like, nope.
In real life?
Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah.
That's like seeing a like a white lion or something,
It was
like something rare.
Yeah. Well, it just
Look at that liger.
yeah, and
But instead, it's a guy doing heroin.
It's a guy doing heroin.
Yeah.
But it was just like, I don't know how. However, my roommate got his hands on it. He was like, all right. It was like, yeah. It's like, hey, we got heroin. I was like, that looks like. I was like, okay.
Like it was a big find.
Yeah, it was a bit. Hey, I thought you were just picking up the pizza, and like he came back. No, we stopped and got some heroin. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then we got the milk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it like he put it down. I was like, that looks like dirt. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm not putting dirt in my nose. Yeah.
Holy fuck. And they did a little heroin.
They did some heroin.
A little bit of heroin.
Yeah.
Did they ever do it again?
No.
It's not addictive.
No. No, we moved on.
Yeah.
He grew opium.
Okay. I know that's nice.
Which is, I mean, it's I don't know what the
close.
difference between heroin and opium is. I know they're from the same thing.
Yeah.
They're in the same like drug family.
It's the same thing. Yeah, can we find that?
Yeah.
Let's see the difference between heroin and opium.
And then when
I hear opium's nice.
it's
like diet, right?
Well, he tricked me into smoking opium. Oh. Yeah, and then at the same time I felt like
What a goof.
And then at the same time, like when he did tell me, I was like, you know what? I'm Asian. Like I should have that kind of privilege where it's like part of my culture that we can do heroin, right?
Right. That makes sense. Heroin and opium are both opiate drugs, but heroin is a semi-synthetic opioid made from morphine that has been chemically processed.
Okay.
Both drugs cause serious long-term side effects, yada, yada, yada. Heroin is highly addictive. You can get AIDS. Opium is a complex and variable mixture of substances reflecting differences in both starting material. Okay.
We live at getting AIDS.
You can get AIDS from
Oh,
heroin.
that'd be hilarious.
What a funny joke. Getting AIDS from heroin.
And so
Janae.
the reason I got
AIDS.
let me explain how I got tricked into it. He was a very
He was a shyster.
DIY kind of dude. He rolled his own cigarettes. He's the first dude that I met who rolled his own cigarettes.
Nice.
And then one night, we were hanging out on our roof, and he's like, "Hey man, take a hit of this cigarette." I was like, and I was like, "Why did he say take a hit of this cigarette?"
Yeah.
And then I was like, "All right, oh that's cool." And then took a hit, and it was some kind of like fancier tobacco, and then like took another hit, and then like 5 minutes later, he's like, "Dude, how you feeling?" And I was like, oh. And I just shook my head. I'm like, "All right, what's in this?" He's like, "Dude, opium." I'm like, okay. And like I had seen the plan.
You got dosed.
Yeah, I got dosed. And then I woke up and my butthole was sore. No, and so yeah, we finished. I was like, all right, let's just keep smoking this. And he put a little bit in there, and I had seen the plant, and it was like, oh, he's just growing this for his own. Yeah, the poppy plant, and which I mean, it was like one like kind of large potting or situation where it was a pot or it. And have you ever seen it before? Like you gotta like cut the bulb, and like the sap comes out, I guess, and then you like collect it. And there were only like a couple of them, so it couldn't have been that much. But I don't know, it was pretty cool. Like it was honestly like
Seeing
satisfying. Yeah, well, yeah. When I started paying more attention after he dosed me,
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, like I kind of started paying attention. I was like, do you want more? I'm like, no, dude, I'm not smoking any more of your cigarettes unless I watch you roll your cigarettes, dude. And yeah, it was very pleasant, dude, like
was
soothing.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what they say.
And I could see why that can become addictive.
Opium smokers.
Yeah.
Well, that was the problem with guys in Nam.
Oh yeah.
They would all come back. They were all addicted to heroin.
Oh yeah.
They got the best out there.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, I don't know. I've seen American Gangster.
Yeah. See,
And
I
it's
haven't
like
watched
where
that
they
one.
go. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. And there's just this
I know what it's
feel
about, but
of like poppy plants and just like what's going on. Just when I guess the whole thing about Frank Lucas's heroin, like it was like 99.9%.
best.
Yeah, because there's always that scene where like, oh, we need to test the quality of this. Like, did you ever see Blow?
No.
Oh,
I know
okay.
Pee Wee Herman's in it though.
Yeah. Pee Wee Herman's in it.
R.I.P.
And they're like, all right, hey, let's do this. And they test it, and Bobcat Goldthwait's in it. He's the
Okay.
one who's testing it, and they all like do a line, like, fuck it, let's do it. And then like 5 minutes later, they're all like kind of just like looking at each other, like, wow.
This is pretty good.
And Bobcat Pipes was like, I can't feel my face,
Yeah.
and it was just like, oh, I remember that. Yeah, so it was pretty wild. Yeah,
Well, that's the argument for drug use is that when it's pure and it's good, it's not the worst thing. You know, what's bad is when it's got a bunch of shit in it. Like if you get cocaine from Colombia or heroin from Afghanistan, that's like rock star quality. That's why they live so long.
Yeah.
Aside from the ones that don't. But the ones that do,
Yeah, the
they're
ones who
doing
know how to properly spread it out.
yeah,
They're good.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's why there's 80-year-old rocks. The Rolling Stones are fucking 80,
Yeah.
and they all did heroin. The guys from Led Zeppelin, they all did fucking heroin, and they're like, we're still here, rock and roll.
It was good. It
Yeah.
was the good stuff. Yeah. But, for the greater population,
Yeah, for the average Joe,
they're not getting the good stuff.
Yeah, it's
They're
tough.
getting baby formula?
baby laxative.
Yeah.
No, that's not a thing. Baby laxative.
No.
It probably is a thing.
I mean, yeah.
What is
yeah.
a kid eating? What is a baby eating that he's constipated?
Yeah.
Just shoving
Heroin,
cheese.
dude. They're doing fucking it's a heroin baby. It needs laxatives.
Heroin baby.
Yeah,
That's the side effects of having a baby on heroin is that they can't shit. They
Yeah.
need laxatives.
They never. Yeah, that's. This is getting dark. But yeah, man, baby laxatives. Yeah, or
definitely
baby
like that.
formula.
Baby formula, yeah. Regular laxatives.
Yeah. Oh man.
Also on Apple TV that's really good is have you seen Blackbird?
Yes, really good.
Wait, is that
Blackbird
with?
I forget the kid's name, but it's good.
He goes to jail undercover.
Yeah.
Because he's a drug. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was dark. Yeah, that was good.
It's the guy
yeah.
from Kingsman. I don't know his name. I can look it up.
Yeah. Taron. Yeah.
Taron Egerton, right?
There we go. Yeah. Taron
The
Egerton.
the evil guy, the actual serial killer, was so
that
good
guy's
in
sick
that.
too.
He
Oh
was
my
so good
god.
in that.
Yeah. That's
He-
He reminded me
He
of this
plays,
fat friend we used to bully. Anyway.
He in the show FBI or whatever. He plays a good the guy who investigated the bombing at the Olympics in
Okay.
like the 90s.
Yeah.
Oh, he plays that dude.
He plays that guy too in a
Okay.
different show.
Oh wow.
But that guy's fucking sick.
He's got range. Yeah, because
He
like
was
that
in
is
the-
so disturbing. Blackbird is like, what the heck is this?
He was in the Bill Burr movie. What's it? Something Dads, Angry Dads, or something.
Oh, the
most
one on
recent
Netflix.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He was in that one.
That
too.
might be worth a watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's,
Taron Egerton.
Taron Egerton, Ray Liotta's last role.
This is the other guy.
Oh yeah, his dad. Yeah.
That was his dad. But that was really fucking good. That was a true story too. That was a
Was
real
it really?
thing. Yeah, it was a real thing.
Oh,
this dude
okay.
was facing jail for like 10 years for fucking drug charge, and they're like, if you can get this guy to confess in this maximum security prison for the criminally insane,
Yeah.
you can get out for free. And he
Wow.
fucking made it happen.
Good for him, dude.
Paul Walter Hauser is the other guy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's from Michigan.
Is he really?
Grand
Grand
Rapids. And he was a wrestler.
Oh, that tracks.
Holy fuck. He was in a bunch of shit. Clint Eastwood.
Oh.
Richard Jewell. That's the one I was thinking of.
Oh yeah.
Richard
Oh, he played
Jewell.
Richard Jewell.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. The one who was wrongly accused.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
Wow, so he's been an actor longer than he's been a wrestler. He just started doing the pro wrestling. Where have I fucking seen him? I feel like I've seen him as a wrestler. He kind of looks like
Maybe like a local VFW or something.
yeah. He kind of looks like Paul Bearer. Remember Paul Bearer, the guy that would come out with the Undertaker?
Yeah.
With the
Oh,
urn?
he could definitely be that guy.
He kind of
yeah.
looked like him.
I love it.
Did
Yeah.
you see WrestleMania 40?
I did not.
Oh man, I'm not a big wrestling fan
No.
anymore. I was when I was a kid. That's why it was so
Yeah.
cool. This is gonna make me
The
sound
Rock
like
came out
such
for
a
that,
pussy.
didn't he? No, I mean he was part of it. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. The Rock came out. So as a kid, it was like the kid in me. John Cena came out, and then The Rock came out, and then it went dark, and then the bell tolled, and the Undertaker came out, and he chokeslammed The Rock. I was like I was a fucking child again.
Wow.
Yeah, I only saw the main event.
Okay.
Yeah. Just to tell everyone,
Yeah.
I'm not autistic. I don't. That is a form of mental illness. Enjoying pro wrestling, I think, as an adult.
Oh well, yeah. It's the Venn diagram of like comics and like professional wrestling, dude.
Yeah.
It might as well be concentric. Like
Yeah.
it's pretty like intense. Yeah. Like how many people like talk about it. And I had a friend in college who actually produced shows.
Really?
Yeah, and like he had like I can't remember the names that he gave me, but he's like, yeah, I used to produce shows, and it was real interesting to hear that. He was a huge wrestling fan, and then it was funny. He's like, his girlfriend chimes in. It's just soap operas for guys.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, what do you mean? I was like, oh, the storyline. It's like, it's just all drama with athleticism. I was like, oh, it's all scripted. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
It's the same thing as tracking any other TV show.
Yeah, it really is.
Or sports in general. Sports in general are kind of a fucking.
It is
a big
Just
drama
not
show.
scripted,
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
just not. Well, I mean, no. Hopefully it's not scripted.
Well, maybe.
except the NBA.
Yeah. Sometimes it seems just, how did this all happen?
Yeah.
This seems
And,
very.
and whatever team has someone dating Taylor Swift on it.
Yeah.
they might get a bit of a push here.
I mean,
and there.
Yeah.
It's batting 1,000.
Yeah, right.
Too much of a storybook. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever watch Mindhunter?
Yeah.
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 Okay, so it's like the origin story of the FBI behavioral
Analysis.
analysis, unit, and it's just So like all those shows, what is it like?
Criminal Minds.
Criminal Minds.
I
that
remember Criminal
unit.
Minds.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like the formation of that unit. The real early days where they were like learning about psychopaths. Like they didn't even know the name psychopath back then,
Oh yeah.
or serial killer. Like
Right.
they kind of created all that.
Right.
They didn't know how to profile people.
Yeah,
Right.
that was like when they first started doing it.
Yeah.
Killing
and then they
was so
teach
normal.
it to the police and everything.
Right.
What to look for and like, hey, these are the cases. Like if you see this case and you see these kind of attributes, then you're looking for this guy.
That's like hearing about when the FBI went after the mob and all the things that they implemented that later on are used still. Like,
Right.
Like bugging
Yeah.
or the RICO law.
Yeah, like what are the techniques that they needed to learn in order to capture them? Yeah, like that RICO stuff is interesting.
Yeah. They literally just made that up for the mafia.
Yeah.
They're like, this is a law that'll help us get rid of these guys.
We have to pass a bunch of financial crimes in order to get these guys.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
hey, how are they functioning? Like, okay, this is now illegal.
Yeah, pretty much, exactly. Because before the RICO law, what they were doing, there was technically no law
Yeah.
behind. We can't prosecute them.
We can't prosecute them as a unit.
Because they're a group, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Like they had oh, yeah, you're selling liquor, that's illegal. We can get you on that. But
Yeah.
then like what's the bigger picture?
What's all
Yeah.
the other stuff you're doing?
Yeah. Which yeah.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Have you read The Five Families?
I haven't read it, no, but I've watched a lot of.
Okay.
I've watched a lot of shit.
Yeah.
He lived it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking Sicilia. Funny thing, I used to live. My grandmother owns a two-family back home in Rhode Island, and I grew up on the first floor of that.
Okay.
And upstairs, she had a tenant. It was this old Italian woman named Giovanna, and she had a son that was in the mob who murdered a guy and had to go back to Sicily to hide out.
Okay.
Real Michael Corleone shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Did he ever make it back to the States?
I don't know. I didn't meet him. If you did.
Oh wow.
But,
Wait,
Yeah.
did Giovanna? Did she tell you this, or did she tell your?
I think my grandmother knew.
Okay.
Yeah, there's something with old Italian women. They like wink at each other and they know
They know something.
there's something telepathic
Yeah.
that goes
They
on.
understand the culture. It's
Yeah.
cultural. Like it's like 2 winks.
Yeah.
And then eyebrow raise, and they're like, "Oh,
Oh, your
that's
son
where
did
your
that.
son's in.
Yeah.
That's why your son's in Sicily." And I'm
Yeah,
like, oh,
yeah. Yeah. They
And
call
then
it going to college.
Yeah. And then you can do like 3 winks and 2 eyebrow raises, and like, whoa, the rent is too high. Okay, like it goes down for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's Wait, I didn't realize you're half Sicilian.
No, I'm half Italian,
You have Italian. Okay.
not Sicilian.
Yeah. Because it's very specific. People don't realize that about the mafia. Like it was technically just Sicily.
Right.
It was just like
It still
oh.
kind of is over there.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, there.
Yeah.
But like over here, it's probably they watered it down for.
Yeah. Well, now it's content. Now you got Michael Francis on
No,
Instagram.
it's content.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now they're all just their own reality TV star.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sammy the Bull Gravano has his own podcast.
Does he really?
Oh, it's so good.
I've
dude.
seen him on as a guest, and God, man, they really fucked up his face.
It's so good. Yeah, right.
Yeah, he looks like Voldemort. It's like, what is with his nose?
And it's funny when they fucked up his face. The reasoning was like, all right, we got to hide him
Yeah,
because he's a witness, and now he's just on YouTube,
right, all the time.
In
Yeah, I think
whatever.
they rescinded because, like, I think he was in Arizona.
Arizona. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like, oh, guess he was involved in this pill ring or something.
It's so crazy how he got off on like 9 murders.
Yeah.
He did like 7 years, and then he gets out, and then he does 20 years for an ecstasy fucking pill ring and a maximum security.
Dude, you can,
Whatever.
Yeah, you can take the criminal out of the syndicate, but I don't know where that was gonna go.
Yeah.
I don't think that worked. Yeah, I said it. I was like, nope, that's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that's the only thing that you know, then
You're
that's
gonna go
what
back
you're gonna
to it.
do.
Totally.
Yeah,
Well, think about it. If you're a fucking bum,
yeah,
prison's pretty good. You get 3 square meals.
yeah,
You get friends. It's like going to camp.
yeah. Well,
Camp for bums, you know?
yeah, camp for bums
Yeah.
and less consent.
Yeah. Fucking people in the ass at camp never got a
Yeah.
good reaction from people.
Nah,
Yeah. Sleepaway camp.
sleep. Yeah, I only went to actually. This is the only. I can't believe I'm wearing this shirt.
St. Mary's camp.
Yeah, St. Mary's basketball camp.
Wow.
Yeah,
You're a big baller as a kid?
yeah.
Yeah.
That was the big camp to go to. In fact, Isaiah Thomas had a week there. Like
Really?
they did like 3 weeks of basketball camp, and it was also like a boarding school. It was one of like the few Catholic schools like in that area that had like boarding facilities, and so it was a huge thing where like 2 weeks is just for you can sign up when you sign up, and then the last week Isaiah Thomas would run the camp. He would be on site.
That's sick.
Yeah, I never went to that week because it was like an extra $300 or something.
Right,
like that.
right.
Yeah, so I went to the other weeks, but yeah, this shirt, is from that. Yeah,
That's always dope when obviously it's like this what we were talking about comedy except we do it for free.
yeah,
You didn't have to pay $300 to see Roy
right.
by accident.
I did
you
have
know?
to move to New York for that to happen, so it's a little bit more expensive in some ways. Yeah,
That is true.
but
Yeah.
yeah, it's just let's have camp. It was a good, that was fun.
I remember Anthony Robles. I don't know if that name sounds
Anthony
familiar.
Robles, no.
He was the collegiate wrestler with one leg.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you ever. Can we get a picture of Anthony Robles? He was sick, dude. He was D1 national champ, and he only had one leg.
Wow.
Yeah. And he came to my school, and I was on the wrestling team, so he came and did one of our practices.
Is
And
he
was the
originally
coach.
from Rhode Island?
No.
No, okay. They just brought him in.
They just brought him in. Yeah.
Who's the guy with no legs?
Oh, that guy is.
Because he's kind of like the same.
He
thing,
does
dude.
MMA now. That guy.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
a
I've
fucking-
seen that dude. I
he's
don't
a
know if I've
fucking
seen at least
gorilla,
clips of
too.
that dude.
Right. That's kind of bullshit, though. He's already on the ground.
And weight class wise, like your upper body is way stronger than someone who's in your actual weight class because you're losing that much
Right.
mass.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Fucking-
So you
well,
can
this kid Anthony Robles, it was almost like he was forcing guys to get low with him. And how are you going to take that guy down? He's not standing like that in a
Single leg.
wrestling match. He's not single leg. If you watch him
Fucking
wrestle,
blast single.
if you watch him wrestle, he's on like his hands and his legs behind him.
Oh.
So like, how are you going to take that guy down unless you can jump? Again, it's hard to say the guy with one leg has an advantage in a wrestling match.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you look like a bitch if you say.
Yeah, yeah. You sound like a fucking idiot. This guy with one leg, I couldn't even beat him. Yeah.
Dude, what is Brave? It's a
it's
search
a-
engine or
yeah, it's a
the
browser.
the web browser that you're
Both.
using?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, he was nasty. Anthony Robles was a fucking beast.
I have to watch some clips.
Yeah, let's see if we can find him
Just
in
take
a
him
wrestling
down with
match.
him. Oh, that's interesting. It's like he's doing a pigeon pose right there.
Look, see how fucking, like, how you going to get under that guy? How you going to get on his hips? He's so low.
ASU too. Serious.
ASU, yeah,
wrestling
D1.
school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Are they a good wrestling school?
Yeah, big
Yeah.
time.
Okay.
They had Bubba Jenkins, who was who was a real guy's name. He was another bad motherfucker. I think he was a 2-time champ for them.
Wow.
He went to Bellator, ended up fighting there
Okay.
for a little while.
Jenkins. So I feel like that was also like a rapper. Wasn't it Bubba something? There was a Bubba
Sparks.
Sparks. Sparks. Yeah, that's the name, dude. Yeah, Bubba Sparks.
Bubba
Yeah, I was
Sparks.
like, when you said Bubba, I was like, that dude was a rapper, wasn't he?
Bubba Dudley.
A lot of Bubba.
Yeah. Plenty of Bubbas. He wrestler with no legs. We just got to. It's this guy, right?
Yeah.
Is he a Bubba? Wrestler. Wow.
Babushka. Speaking of Polish ladies.
There you go.
Or is it that? Zion Clark is his name. That's
Zion
his
Clark,
name.
that is
Zion
his name,
Clark.
yeah.
Look up Zion Clark. Yeah, he was he fights, but like, what are you supposed to do? It's illegal to hit a guy on the ground with
Yeah, you
kicks
can't
and
can't
shit.
kick him.
You can't kick him. You can't do shit to him. He's like a crawler in fucking Black Ops.
Gotta throw grenades at him.
You keep him around to rebuild the fucking walls and shit.
Oh my.
Goddamn advertisements at Lowe's.
Don't mention him.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. That well, there was that one dude. What's the dude missing? Nick something.
Nick Norwell.
Nick Norwell.
Gaethje fought him.
Yeah, yes. And another MMA fighter missing a fucking hand.
No shit. No hand?
He's missing a hand. Yeah.
Oh.
Just boxing with one hand.
Which that's a disadvantage too, because it calcifies so hard, and then
Yeah.
you're not wearing a glove there, so those punches fucking probably suck.
Right.
Oh wow.
That is true.
It
See, how do you just not have like a whole half?
There was a kid I went to high school with who was a defensive end who had the same thing. He had like a club hand, and he used to just fucking clocks people with it,
Oh,
and then grip and rip.
yeah.
We're talking about
Look at this dude.
abilities.
How do you have like?
Yeah, you
no
can't fight
whole
this
half?
fucking guy. Look at that.
That's insane, dude. Just a torso?
He's strong as fuck. Look at him.
So you can't take him down. He's already down.
Yeah, how do you pin
bullshit.
someone like that, dude?
And then he climbs up you. Look at this.
Yeah. That's wild.
I guess it's all part of the challenge.
Don't tell that motherfucker he can't do anything.
And then the giant chip on his shoulder of being like
Yeah.
Yeah, being half
Half
a
a
man.
That is.
He's got to make
I
up.
love they put him on a track.
his
Why is
hands
he on
are
a
probably
track?
so strong. His hands are probably so strong.
Yeah.
He's so like callous too. Probably like
oh my gosh,
if he
dude.
collar grabs you, it's
Yeah.
probably like a dog pad. Like
They
the
probably
pet-
just keep
like
giving
the-
him shit.
the paws of a dog. Like
They're like, let's see what
you know
this
those
guy can
rough
do.
parts of the bottom of a dog paw.
Yeah, it's just a
Probably what his
hoof.
hands feel like. Hey, look at it.
You sound too familiar with dog paws, man.
Look at that. That's nuts. And he plays the drums. Come on.
Of course.
They just keep throwing shit at this. See what this fucking guy can do.
Yeah. What can we do?
Here's a frying pan. Make us an omelet.
Dude, he's like the opposite of that one drummer for Def Leppard, like the guy who had no arm. Or did he just have
Missed
one
an
arm?
Yeah, he was missing an
He
arm.
was missing an arm.
Lost that in a car accident.
This guy's
Yeah.
yoked.
This guy was born
Holy
like this,
cow.
though. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, some guys you can't fucking... Makes you feel like a pussy when you're like, I'm not going to go to the gym today.
Yeah.
I got to take a nap. This guy's got no fucking legs.
Dude, he can.
That's like the classic Cat Williams bit where they didn't let poor little Tink Tink when fucking...
I don't remember that. Tink Tink? Who's Tink Tink?
He had the joke about how there was the one dude who had no legs. He was running in the race faster than everybody. And they're like, well, he's not allowed to run in the race because he doesn't have real legs.
Yeah.
So he's like, tink, 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 with like the metal legs.
Oh.
Like, poor little Tink Tink. He had to jog home He was faster than everybody. How you not gonna let that motherfucker run? He's got no legs.
Dude, that's hilarious.
Yeah. But if you think about it, it's true. His knees don't fatigue.
Yeah.
His legs don't.
Every disability we've brought up, we've looked at why it's
We've
like
just taken
an
it back.
advantage.
Dude, we're getting canceled. We are.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
this isn't gonna do it.
No.
We've said
Yeah.
way worse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're good. This is pretty tame, for being honest.
He hasn't mentioned school shootings yet.
Yeah.
That's for the Patreon.
Well, there's still time. So school
Speaking of
shootings.
Virginia Tech,
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of Iran,
Yeah. Oh, they're drones. Sorry.
so I feel like I've asked other people this, or other comedians, what's the difference between, what's the big adjustment I should ask between doing shows and producing shows? Is there like something that aside from the obvious, but you kind of get what I'm saying. Is there something that you like more, or
Doing shows is always way more fun than producing a show.
yeah,
Because, like, hey, someone hits you up. Can you do a spot? Sure. You show up, and then you do your, 8-10 minutes, and then you bounce.
sure,
Producing a show, good grief. Like, you
Seems
gotta
like
get
a
there an
headache.
hour and a half before the show to set up.
yeah,
And just all, like, you gotta, all right, 3 weeks out. Or you have to find the comics. You got to make sure that they're coming to the show. You got to put flyers. You got to promote the show. So there's like 20 more responsibilities that you have when you're producing a show versus just, hey, I'm doing a spot tonight.
yeah.
Like it's way more stressful. But I mean, like it's also, but it is fun. Like we
It's
just had a
fulfilling
show.
still.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
fulfilling. Like and then like even like this past Sunday, I mean, more often than not, yes, we are drinking during the show. But like, man, we almost closed out the bar, and like I had stopped drinking maybe around like 11:30, and there was just a bunch of us like hanging out in the back, just kind of talking about stuff.
Yeah.
Just talking about like comedy, and it was really cool. So when you learn to enjoy something in a different way, like, yeah, I think that's like, I appreciate like getting spots, like running a show, and I want to do both. Like I still want, and so it's just, yeah, there's 20 more things you have to do to run a show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and thank God Kofi Thomas is there helping me co-produce, because like producing a show in New York is just it's another level of stress. Like I did shows in Detroit, and I'm like, oh, okay, I did this, and this if people show up, but like you feel like the extra pressure of what you're doing, because like everything is elevated, and there's such like a higher caliber of like comedians.
Yeah, and audience members.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The audience is more savvy, and like, all right, like it's and it's just cool, and there's all these like weird kind of like moments where like, oh, like I just started watching Crashing. Of course, like I'm 10 years behind or whatever, however old that show is. Did you know it? Pete Holmes show on HBO?
Maybe. I feel like I've heard of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, hey, and it was just like, I just, happened to turn it on, and on this episode, one of the comics, it was Ryan Donahue. He had a role in that episode that I saw like at 2:00 on a Sunday afternoon. And then, 6 hours later, he's doing the show that I produce.
Right.
And I was like, oh, that's weird. Yeah, like some point of the night, like when we were just talking, he was like, yo, dude, I caught that episode of you that you were on. I
it's
was like,
wild.
oh, yeah. It's like, that was fun. And it was just kind of, those are like, you never have those moments. Like, yeah.
Not here.
Yeah, this is like a very like New York comedy moment to have.
Right.
And I was like, oh, this is like fun. Like this is, Ryan's a very nice guy. Like he's so chill. Like he's done the show a bunch of times. So I'm glad that like, oh, you get to see that. Yeah. I don't know what's next, like in terms of like producing a show, but like I think we're gonna start doing more like content to add to the experience of Secret Sauce, and be like, all right, just draw like maybe I don't know if we're gonna do sketches or anything, but definitely something secret sauce related. So
Yeah.
it's always like, all right, you have this, and then like, what's the next thing? We're always looking for the next thing, right? The next bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are we gonna add to this experience? So, yeah, producing a show is so much more labor intensive. Cameras, like now everything is on Instagram.
Yeah.
Everything has to be recorded.
Do you guys film the shows as well?
We do film the shows, and we also have. I was like, oh wait, like here's the thing. Like we've been running the show for almost a year now. I was like, hey, I have this extra mic stand, or not mic stand, camera stand. I was like, I should bring that in case a comic wants to record them for themselves. And so yeah, that's like another thing that we just added. And we're always like, I don't know, figuring out how to do it better.
Well, that's the cool thing about making stuff.
Yeah.
Is you kind of don't know where it's gonna end up because, and it doesn't even really end
No, it doesn't.
because you're always adding something. There's always something extra.
And so, yeah, it's now like, oh, and we're getting like, the stress of like, hey, we need comics for this show. And we just start like booking people. But now we're more thoughtful about it, especially like, oh, it's Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. So
It's a lot of words.
There's so many words, dude. Geographically, just like,
Asian American Pacific Islander.
yeah, and then sometimes like, oh, this is like, oh, so we should put on a show like that. I believe in like June, we're gonna have like a Pride Month show.
Sure.
But like, I mean, yes, like I think it's good to do those shows, and then like it's also like the thing where like, hey, we're doing a show every week. We can put up the comedians we want, and we should make the lineups as diverse as possible.
Right.
And so like it's always like kind of like a thing where like, hey, yeah, don't forget, like, yes, we're gonna have a show that we can promote for Pride Month, but we also try to do that like every show. I think where, yeah, the quality of comedy is always gonna be here, but we can always add that like element of like diverse perspectives.
Right,
So,
having different comics on different shows.
So like, yeah, where it was like, hey, we need comics for a show. Now it's like we've learned that, hey, now we can focus on not just getting comics, but curating like a good show with like a bunch of different elements to it.
Yeah. Another thing that's kind of overlooked when putting together shows, I find at least, is setting the lineup.
Yeah.
And making sure that it kind of goes well, which I feel like is sometimes overlooked.
Yeah.
Especially since there's so many comics you don't necessarily know. You might know them and you may have seen them a few times and you're like, oh, I like them, I'll book them. But you may not know where to put them.
Right.
Necessarily.
Yeah.
Is that something that you run into sometimes?
Yeah, definitely. Like, you don't know, figuring out the energy of the show, for lack of a better expression.
Yeah.
And how do you make this lineup in such a way that, like, hey, it leads to, your closer who's going to, do a great job. I think, Ryan did close the show this past week, and he did a great job. But I was just like, oh, I wonder what this lineup is. And kind of like we switch off where, like, I'll do the lineup. But we check in with each other and be like, hey, who do you think? Is this comic good here or there? Should they open the show? Should they be in the middle? And so, yeah, you got to figure that out. And sometimes I think we have gotten loose. We're like, it doesn't really matter. They're all great comedians. But if you, spend that, time, we're like, okay, they should go in this. It should go in this order.
Yeah.
So you gotta definitely, that's another perspective, another element of the show that is just like, okay, make sure the lineup of the evening is properly like set up.
And it's so great that here in New York, and I mean all over the place, but there's such a big concentration of it here in New York that there's so many independent shows. You don't have to worry about getting booked at the two clubs in your tri-county area or whatever the fuck it is,
Yeah. It's that's definitely like cool. That there are so many independent shows, like, and they're all like pretty easily accessible for like comics. Where like if you let them know, like, hey, I'm a comic, they'll let you in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember one time I was like, hey, like, can I come to this show? Like, how many tickets do you want? And I was like, oh, it's just me. Like, you don't want to bring anybody else? And like, I didn't get at the time, like, I should have said I was like a comic. It was like, I just kind of want to see the show. I think they thought like I was like gonna be like an audience member. I was like, I was just like, it's just me. I'm just gonna roll up. And then when I met them, they're like, oh, we thought you were gonna bring like, people, because it's always, you got to worry about the numbers.
Yeah.
You got to worry about that audience. That's another thing where we're fortunate enough where our show picked up, or it popped, and like, okay, so people are regularly coming to our show, and it was like that was another thing that like you start sweating real early.
It's so scary.
It's frightening.
I've never produced a show, but it seems like that's the scariest part.
Yeah, are people going to show up?
Yeah.
I produced a show. Maybe like a couple of years ago. Was it 3? It must have been 3 years ago. Like, oh, I'm gonna start doing my own show. And luckily enough, the guy, it was his place, was like, here, send me the headshots, send me the credits, and I'll put together a flyer, and then we can put them around the neighborhood. And I was like, oh, this is so helpful. But like, it was so stressful running that show. Like I was like, it was just me. Well, it was and the guy who owned the spot, and I was like. It was great. It was such a unique, and you can put a show up anywhere in New York.
Yeah.
This was a cornhole bar, like where it was like literally like this like open space, and like sure they had like other games and stuff, but I was just like, oh, this would be a fun place to do a show.
This is 2024. You shouldn't call a gay bar that.
Oh man, that's no.
But to your point,
I was like, this clientele isn't as diverse as I thought it would be.
They're all the same. What is this?
Yeah. They all have there's a lot of glitter at the, no, I don't. Is it,
But you could do stand-up. I mean, there's shows, obviously here in New York, but I did a show in Maine in someone's backyard.
yeah. That became a thing. I felt like
Yeah.
every now and then, like, you start to see like a trend. Yeah. When was the main show? When was the backyard show?
2 years ago, I think.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It's definitely a post-pandemic kind of thing.
Yeah,
Where like,
yeah.
hey, we need to do an outdoor show. Why don't I do a show in my backyard?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've definitely done that. Or I remember doing a show in Lansing, and it was at this house. And they've been doing it for years, and then the pandemic hit. Like, oh, we got to move it outside. It was just like, okay. Yeah. And they were really good about it, too, because, like, they had, like, 6 different mics, and they were all wiping them down, like, in between, like, comedians, and we were all wearing masks and stuff. It was a pretty unique experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing shows outside are wacky. I started COVID. Yeah, I started COVID after
Yeah, you
after
did.
stand up.
Yeah.
I started stand up after COVID, so I missed a lot of the outside stuff.
Yeah, man.
So
And I mean, even at the Tiny Cupboard, there were, I don't know if we're
On the
supposed
roof,
to mention.
right?
Yeah, out
Yeah.
the roof shows. Yeah. That was.
I think we can
wow.
mention that because Mark Norman filmed his shit going up there and he put it on his Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Or not his Instagram, his YouTube.
Is YouTube?
Yeah,
So that was, yeah. I was like, what? Like, yeah, I hated that fire escape.
yeah.
When I go, have you been on the roof?
Yeah, maybe a month ago. Remember when there was like that dead fucking rat or whatever?
Yeah, yeah.
Smelled like
So-
shit. So then, like we went on the roof and did an open mic with no microphone, no nothing, just us screaming.
It looked like a bad like AA meeting. Like it was.
And that's what I said. I felt like we were like the Warriors, and we had to get to the other side of town before fucking nightfall or whatever.
Yeah. Like we were planning like a bad heist. Like,
Yes, that's what it felt like.
And we were like hiding from our parents or something. Like, let's go on the roof. Like
We'll meet at the docks.
Yeah.
fellas. Yeah.
it was. Oh man. But yeah, that fire escape was fucking terrifying, dude.
It's the love of the game.
Yeah.
One thing you're not going to get comics to stop.
Yeah.
telling jokes.
We need stage time. How annoying can we
So
be?
much so that we pay for it.
Yeah, we pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is nice when you go to some other place and you're like, we could do mics for free?
Yeah.
Like, this is free. But the price you pay is that there's only one that night
Yeah.
in Providence, Rhode Island,
Yeah.
or fucking Detroit.
Yeah,
you
there's
know?
like, yeah. And Detroit might be a little bit more vibrant. Like, but
Yeah.
the thing is that you're doing like, if you're going to do 2 or 3 spots, you might be driving 2 hours.
Right.
All right. Yeah. And so like the payment that, well, we're paying $5 here and of course crazy ass rent and all these other things, but like you're paying for it in gas,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
like you're driving all across, like, yeah, not all across, but you know, yeah, a 3 hour
different
drive around
places.
it. Yeah. That's easily like 120 like miles.
Well, when I lived in Connecticut, there were nights where I'd have to drive from New London to New Haven, which was like 45 minutes, and then from New Haven to Hartford, or a part of Hartford, which was another 45 minutes, and then there back to my house if I wanted to hit 2 mics.
Wow, 2 mics.
2
Okay,
mics.
yeah,
yeah.
Damn.
Because I lived an hour from everything in Connecticut as far as comedy was.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Whereas like everything, like, well, I feel like 45, anywhere from a half hour to maybe like an hour. And I mean, yeah, if I don't want to do the hand thing, so like if you for Michigan, but like you go from Detroit to where that one actor's from, like Grand Rapids is on the other side of the state.
Oh.
Yeah. So there's like these pockets, like, you know, all right, there's going to be like a show here or a mic here. There'll be a show and a mic here. So like if you want to do all those drivings, like, did I say all those drivings?
All those drivings.
Yeah.
That's all right. Sometimes the words don't come out the right ways.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, man. I think we should put a bow on this, Gary. This was fun.
Oh, this was great, man.
Let's wrap this fucker up.
Okay.
Where can people find you? Tell them about your new podcast. We didn't say anything about.
Oh, yeah. We didn't say anything about that. Yeah. Wilfer's going to be, and Company's going to be.
That's all right.
All right. So I'm on a podcast, and you can find us on Instagram at Democracy Mao. That's like democracy, if you can spell that. And then Mao, M-A-O. And that's the pod.
King, Mao Zedong.
Yeah. It is a cultural revolution of sorts.
Sure.
I don't know if we're going forward or backwards, but
Yeah.
in all likelihood, probably backwards. And then I have
Probably
Sunday-
the best at killing. Sorry to
Yeah. Oh.
cut you off. Probably the best at killing to get
Yeah,
what you
and
want.
not finding out. No one
Yeah.
finds out about it.
Right.
And then every Sunday night at Beauty Bar is Secret Sauce Comedy NYC, also on
Yes.
Instagram. And then you can find me, Garcom, Garcom on Instagram as well.
Get a manicure while you're at Beauty Bar before
Yes,
the show.
yeah, that's also a
Before the
thing.
show.
Yeah, they have manicures. Yeah, it's just a great bar. Like, sure, like Sunday nights are fun, but like every night of the week, like I've been there like on almost every night of the week, and it's a good time. It's
Yeah.
so unique. It's so, you know, it's an old timey salon. That's the aesthetic, and it's just like, yeah, they have all the old beauty care like products and stuff. And,
Right.
They have some of the chairs with like those weird ass
Those domes
the domes. Yeah,
to get the big 80s mom hair.
yeah.
Like Peggy from Married with Children.
Married with Children. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
All right, gang.
Oh.
We're done. We'll wrap this motherfucker up. We'll talk to you next week.
All right.
Peace.
Thank you.